Hello guys, my name is Anna and I'm from Ukraine, and I vlog daily to keep you updated on the real life situation in my country as the war with Russia continues. But from time to time I take an opportunity to show you more of Ukraine, because Ukraine is about war temporarily. After we will win, there are going to be lots of beautiful places like this start of Carpathian Mountains that you can come and discover. You're always invited, so we have to win, and the sooner the better. Yes, you can ski in Ukraine. I cannot because I don't ski anywhere. I drink hot wine instead of that, and I'm always happy when I come with people who don't make me ski, because I am always afraid of the speed that I generate, and the fir trees and other trees attract me. There are many of interesting locations in Ukraine, and the Carpathian Mountains is definitely one of my favorite, because it combines active sports, tasty food, history, hiking, whatever you choose. We are in the Lviv region, which is not like the deepest into Carpathian, but it is already nice and really close to Lviv, which is also worth saying. I already feel like a Discovery or National Geographic TV presenter. And some tourist markets. Of course, it's not the best place to buy things, but you can recognize some traditional Ukrainian things. I'm not a fan of souvenirs. My mom always was. She would spend hours like looking, buying, and I am more about local cuisine, and this is skis and sledges for rent and hot wine. It's very warm, especially if you walk for a while. You feel how warm it gets. I like mountains. We are in a typical Carpathian village, and I thought I haven't told you enough about the Carpathian Mountains, especially those of you who live far away from Europe. The Carpathian Mountains are the main mountains of Ukraine. Also, we have mountains in the Crimea, and they are not really high. The highest mountain, Hoverla, is 2061 meters. I have been there in a very serious thunderstorm, and I have lots of things to share, but that is a horror story of my personal life, because like being on the peak of Ukraine during a thunderstorm is a very interesting experience. Carpathian Mountains, this is a Lviv region, and the mountains are not very high, but the general culture and type of villages, churches, rivers is very typical of Ukraine. Carpathian Mountains also continue in Poland, in Slovakia, in Romania, and this Carpathian culture is shared with these countries, and actually I'm proud and glad of that. In Ukraine, there are 4 regions with this Carpathian Mountains, and they are Lviv region, Chernivtsi region, Ivano-Frankivsk region, and Zakarpattia. And in general, I am a huge fan of the Carpathian Mountains because of their microclimate, beautiful nature, and mountain rivers. I like to hear their sound. In front we see a very typical for the Carpathian Mountains car, known as Hazik, because it uses gas, if I'm not mistaken, and they are really good at climbing up the mountains. So for example, if you want to have a walk on the top and you don't like climbing, you can hire a car like that, and they will take you to any place you want. The drivers are super professionals. This is an old 18th century church made of wood, and wood churches are very common for the Carpathian Mountains. It is on the hill and it's a nice place to see. There are many of them. The more westwards you travel in Ukraine, the more churches you come across. And this is a new one, also built in the traditional Carpathian style. It is always sunny in the mountains, well, like often sunny in the mountains, and you can even sunbathe and you can hear the water falling. It looks really beautiful, and there are lots of such old cars. I don't know if you can see it, for like mountain trips and for forest cutting. Forest is bad. And this is a place where you can fish for trout and then it will be grilled for you. I'm not a huge fan of fish, but here in the Carpathian Mountains it is super tasty. I plan to get inside, and it's outside. This is one more beautiful Carpathian tradition, and perhaps you did not expect to see me in a bathing suit in winter, and it's snowy and I'm outside, but inside a really warm and beautifully smelling bathtub filled with almost boiling water, and the contrast between the frost outside and the warm water inside is really awesome. They are called chane because of this like huge stone bowl in which I am, and I know that in many northern countries there are similar traditions. Let me know, would you like to try? Well, I've told you that I'm not afraid of heights, and I guess I have to prove it. And now we are climbing a mountain. That is a weird feeling when you are a little bit shaky, and I know all of these videos how people can get in trouble, but I hope everything's gonna be fine, and I will show you the beautiful sceneries. Enjoying the beautiful views, and it's really sunny and warm. You have a feeling like you don't need a jacket or a hat. Finally winter. Oh, and horses on the sledges.
Wow, їдемо. Wow.
Lots of cafes like that, and very beautiful views. The sun is out. It's really frosty because we are 857 meters above the sea level. These are actually hare's footprints, and I like it a lot because when you look down the mountain on the snow, of course there are human footprints, but there are also lots of animal footprints, and look at the beauty of the view. Nature is truly awesome, and there are so many things to discover in Ukraine, and you know that you are invited to celebrate our victory, I hope soon, and to discover Ukraine. Hello. So I hope you liked our today's trip and visit to the Carpathian Mountains. Honestly, there are many things to discover here, both beautiful and tasty. Thank you so much for following my channel. If you're new, please subscribe. Typically, I talk about more serious things like war in Ukraine and our subjective Ukrainian emotions and other important things. So do subscribe to the channel because the world needs to know more about Ukraine. Thank you for buying me coffees, becoming my patrons. Introduce yourself to our Soviet Myths Debunked series, and Slava Ukraini!